Welcome to the Dating Kinky Podcast, a cast about love, sex, romance, and kink. Years and years ago, maybe over 2 decades, when I was a few years into marriage with my ex-husband, I had a chat with my stepmother. Dad and my ex were watching a kung fu movie, and I'd already seen that one a half dozen times. And Marcia and I were in the dining area. She was playing solitaire, and I was doodling something. The conversation went somewhere I wasn't expecting. It taught me something about non-monogamy that I've taken years to really understand and to make a part of my life. It was a long and convoluted dialogue, thanks to her being a Greek classics major at the time and being married to my dad, the philosophy professor. So there were many questions leading me down this particular mental path. The final upshot of the conversation was essentially understanding my personal wants and needs in a relationship and making sure those get met while trusting others to do right by me. I have since paraphrased it in this way. If my relationship with my partner is strong and good, it doesn't matter what they do in their spare time or who they do it with. If my relationship with my partner is not strong and good, it doesn't matter what they do in their spare time or who they do it with. Today's topic focuses on one way that conversation has shaped my life and how I do non-monogamy and even power exchange relationships. I don't know. Can you date my partner? People often ask me if they can play with or date my partner, which is nice, and I do appreciate the connection and the consideration. However, I always have the same answer about him or about any other partner or connection of mine. They are an adult. They are the ones who decide who they see, why they see them, how they see them, and when. If they have agreements with me or prior engagements, they know what they are, and it's up to them to maintain those agreements and tell you, or simply maintain their own boundaries. I love them, and I trust them to do so. You see, I don't personally see any reason to insert myself into someone else's relationship with my partner. And I don't want to become a friend to someone because they feel a sense of obligation or guilt for desiring my partner. Frankly, I don't have time for that. There are plenty of people who are friendly with me who don't even know my partner yet or well, and vice versa. And that's okay. My friends want me in their life. I may make requests about things that are important to me or when I have some specific information about a certain person's behavior or history. I'd love to have drinks together if we could. Please speak clearly about your boundaries with this one. If you decide on a play relationship, it might be worth speaking with person A and person B about some landmines. If this goes long term, it would be ideal if we could create a friendship since we'll all be at many of the same events. And so on. They are truly requests because the only thing that matters to me ultimately is my relationship with my partner. When that is strong and loving and full of care and respect, what they do in their personal time, alone, with friends, or with lovers, doesn't really matter to me because I trust them. And that is the bare minimum of a relationship with me. Note, I'm also like this in a DS manner. My submissive, same as my partner, knows exactly what he is allowed to do and not do per his agreements with me. I don't need to be approached about every little thing because it is his responsibility to know these things and maintain those agreements, not yours and not a random stranger's. What are your thoughts? In non-monogamy or even DS, what do you prefer when it comes to communication by a third party with you about your partner? Do you prefer to be an active participant? Do you want to be a part of that relationship? Are you hands-off, preferring not to meet at all? Or are you somewhere in the middle, like I am? Thank you for joining me today. If you loved this episode, please share it with others who would enjoy it. And please do join me at datingkinky.com and on our new apps available in the Google Play and Apple App Stores. It's built by Kinksters, for Kinksters, poly, queer, trans folk, and anyone not quite vanilla, and it's free. Find me on FetLife as Nookie Notes, and on Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, Facebook, and Medium as Dating Kinky. We're on Instagram as Dating Kinky Official, all one word. Have a kinky day, and I'll catch you next episode.